we are talking about the difference from last I think 45 minutes. So we are talk about similarities also. So same thing, same instruction I have to repeat once again. In lecture, don't make such a things. Don't make any drawing on the board. What are the similarities are there? The similarities are like that both follows the same step and use network diagram. Whatever the network diagram we have developed in CPM, such a way or same way we have to develop network diagram for PERT also. Then similar way we have to calculate early start, late start in the PERT also. We have to find out the critical path in PERT also. In what way we have find out in CPM. So up to that the things are same one. Okay, so that is the one part. Again, both are used to plan the scheduling of individual activities that make up the project. So that is also similar part is there, that both are used to schedule the individual activities, means one to two or two to three, how many days are required. So that scheduling is also common in both the particular uh, methods, we can call it as. And both methods can be used to determine the earliest and latest start and finish times for each activity, that already we have discussed. So based on that early and latest start, only we can find out the particular critical path or probable path. Okay, so these up to that particular part it is a similar one, but some differences also there. That differences we have to consider. Whatever that difference is there, that difference already we have talked about, that it is it is the just little. Hello, who is disturbing these things? Please don't disturb. Okay, difference is that we have to give the concentration about time, and that optimistic pessimistic time we have to consider, standard deviation we have to consider. So that difference is there. So we have talked a lot about that optimistic mindset, pessimistic mindset, and most likely mindset, etc. Then when this particular PERT was developed, okay, PERT was invented by Bose Allen Hamilton under contract to the United States Department of Defense, U.S. Navy Special Project Officer in 1958. Okay, so this is the development who has developed that. Bose Allen Hamilton in 1958. This particular PERT method was developed, and that particular is used from 1950. A part of polarized mobile submarine launched ballistic missile project. So already I told you that this particular part was used for R&D type project, development of missile, space shuttle, and new products, etc. So initially, also it was used for development of new project, and that new ballistic missile. Is it right? Ballistic missile project. The project was direct response to the Putin crisis. Okay, so that is one crisis is there in America. We don't want to go in deep to that history. So that project was direct response to that crisis. Okay, CPM was developed by uh, DuPont company and Remington Rand Weiss. Okay, so this is the CPM development, that historical things are there used for large construction projects. So already I told you generally where the start and end points are there, their CPM is used. Where that start and end points we are not there, we are not using CPM. We are considering the PERT at that side. Okay, this is a little bit historical development we can say. Then terminologies. Okay, so whatever that terminologies are there, so terminologies are same, that preceded activity and successor activities or successor activities. So PERT event is the point that makes the start or completion of one task, one or more tasks. It consumes no time and uses no resources. It marks the completion of one or more tasks. It is not reached until all the activities leading to that event has been completed. So similarly, in PERT we have, sorry, in CPM we have gone through this part, that at event node and that event. So that particular things we are knowing, event AON and AOA, activity on arrow and activity at event, that we are knowing very well. So whatever the arrows are there, they require resources, but whatever the node points are there, AON, they doesn't require any resources, in nothing. Preceded events, the an event that immediately precedes some other event without any other events inventing. It may be the consequences of more than one activity. So you are knowing what are the early event is there, that is called preceders. What are the next events are there, these are called successors. An event, successor events, an event or events that immediately follows some other events without any other events inventing. It may be consequences of more than one activity. So your successors may be again two or three may be there. So you are knowing that burst event, burst node, merge a node, etc. Two events, if two activities are coming on one node, it is called merge node or merge point. If two activities are coming out from one particular node, that is called burst node, etc. Is it right? So same thing, same rule we have to use. Again, to develop the network, we have to use that Kalkalson rule. Starting point or starting event should not have any incoming point. End point or end event should not go having any outgoing point. Is it right? So like that, whatever that rules are there, I hope you are knowing that we have to use. Here, this particular part is very, very important. We have to concentrate here that PERT activities in that optimistic time indicated by TO or O, and pessimistic time that is indicated by TP. So PERT activities is the actual performance of task. It consumes time, it requires resources such as labor, material, space, machinery, and it can be understood as representing the time, effort, and resources required to move from one event to another. A PERT activity cannot be completed until the event preceding it has occurred. Okay, so all activities, whatever the activities are there, for that we have to use some resources. We require resources, labor, material, space, machinery. If you start construction of house, whatever the foundation work is there, that event we have considered, that activity we have considered. Obviously we require to go for some digging, we are required to go for some steel work, concrete work, pit filling and other things. Everything is required. What are the small activities included? Without that activity, that big activity of foundation work is not get completed. Similarly, if you go for further, wall construction, column and beam, slab, coloring, electric fitting. So if these events are considered, again these activities are having small activities in that. And when everything is get completed, then we can say that the house is get constructed. Is it right? That project is get complete. So for that activity, or the small activities I am talking, for that every time we require that labor, material, space, machinery, everything is required. There is no any again part as a doubt is there. So in that in PERT, I am talking from first point only, that optimistic time and pessimistic time. Optimistic mindset and pessimistic mindset, everything is going well, everything is going wrong. In that situation, in that thinking of way, use different time of that particular project. So optimistic time, that is TO, we can call it as the minimum possible time required to accomplish the task, assuming everything precedes better than is normally expected. So that is what I am talking about. We are assuming that everything is going well, everything is better. Okay, that is what normally we are thinking. Normally, if I thought that for building a house, 1 year is required, that building a constructing the house, 1 year is required. This is my normal expectation. But if some contractor may complete that house construction work within 8 months, it is optimistic time to me. It is optimistic surprise to me. Yes, he has developed, he has constructed house within a less time or in better way. Okay, so that is the word particular optimistic time thinking way. The minimum possible time to require to complete that task. So whatever the minimum time is required, within that minimum time only that task is yet completed, and we have to think in that way only. Pessimistic time, the maximum possible time required to accomplish the task, assuming everything goes wrong. Okay, but excluding major cata catastrophes. So we are not talking about that, but assuming everything goes wrong. So this particular line is very very important. And in first case, assuming everything presides better. These two words are very very important. Everything goes better. Everything goes in right way. This is the one type of thinking. This type of one type of assumptions we can call it as. Another, everything goes wrong. So I have started my house construction work. I have started the foundation work, and suddenly last 8 days rain came, and whatever the pitting is there for that foundation work, that is filled by water and not in position to complete that foundation work within 8 to 10 days. Again, extra money is required, extra time is required to call the pump person, pump so that that water filled in that fitting can be removing out, etc. Like this thing. Or my I started my house construction, and because of heavy rain falling everywhere, the float is coming to the river, and I'm not getting the sand like this. Or due to the heavy rain, what are the bricks are there? These are not prepared. So that particular problem, so we may think, and uh, that what are the I think that within this 1 year I am not in position to construct my house. It may require 2 years. So this is the pessimistic approach. And optimistic approach, yes, I have started my construction of house. Yes, within 8 days I will complete this foundation work. I will call this person. I will call that person. I will take the sand from this person. I will take sand from that person. Yes, due to rainy seasons also, but I got one person who can provide me good quality bricks, and I will call that bricks, and I will complete the house within 8 months. Before next rainy season, before next June, I will be settling my new house. That is called optimistic way of thinking. Though the project is similar, that's why the in optimistic thinking we require very minimum time, but in case of pessimistic thinking, we require a little bit more time. And because of this particular time constraint or time, time, the way of that project or working of that project may get changed. Okay, so this is the one of the important particular two definitions are there in the terminologies part. Optimistic, everything assume everything going well, everything going better. Pessimistic time, assume everything goes wrong, everything is going wrong. This is the one of the two we can call it as the terminologies in case of uh, poor return. Then if you go to the next step, that is called most likely time. What is the most likely time? The best estimate of time required to accomplish the task, assuming everything presides as a normal. Assuming everything presides as a normal. So nothing is going better, nothing is going wrong, everything is going as per schedule. Suppose I that house construction project is there, for that 1 year is required. Everything is going well, and within 1 year that house may be constructed. Optimistic person may think that yes, house will be constructed within 8 months. Pessimistic person may think that 2 years may be required, and most likely time that indicated by TM, that particular schedule tells us yes, everything is going normal, everything is going as per the plan, and within 1 year only that house can be constructed, no problem for that. So when these three times are in front of you, then you have to go for calculating the expected time or average time. Okay, so sometimes that expected time or average time, in some books it is shown as a TE, that is expected time. In some books it is shown as a TA, that is the average time. What is that expected time or average time? The best estimate of the time required to accomplish the task, assuming everything precedes normal. The implications being that the expected time is the average time the task would require if the task were repeated on the number of occasions over an expected period of time. That means here we have to assume everything is going well. Some implications may be created. Some task repeated, we require to conduct repeated way, and still in the average time, the things may be get completed well. So, for example, if I take that same example of house construction, optimistic people may think 8 months house may be constructed. Pessimistic people may think 2 years may be required. Then mostly likely time may suggest 1 year is sufficient, 1 year is required, and expected time is 14 months, 1 year and 2 months. So that is called expected time, because of certain tasks, because of certain problems, certain uncertain conditions. Okay, so that time may be little bit increased or little bit decreased. Your house construction may be completed within 11 months or 14 months. Rather, I can say 14 months. So that 14 month is the expected time, at least expected time. Suppose let's consider that you are having three friends. Okay, one is always talking optimistic way, one is always talking pessimistic way, and one is always talking in most likely way. So optimistic person may say, yes, 8 months this house can be completed, everything is ready, this person is ready, this is ready, this is ready. Pessimistic people will always, we can call it as, he will cry, everything is going wrong, this is not happening, this is not happening, this may take more time. Okay, most likely people may think that yes, everything will be right, everything will be normal, and within 1 year that house may be completed, not in 8 months or not in 2 years, but 8 months, 1 year it may get completed, 12 months, and you are as expected. You have to calculate the expected time. So you are just taking the suggestion from your optimistic friend, pessimistic friend, and most likely friend, and you are making calculation in your mind. Yes, if these three are talking like this way, then maybe probably my house may be constructed in 14 months. That is expected time you are calculating, and this is just by experience or by just making certain calculations, etc. Then critical path. So all of you are knowing critical path. It is the longest possible continuous path taken from initial event to the terminal event or to the last event. It determines the total calendar time required for project. So calendar time is total time required for the project, calendar time required for the project, and therefore any time delay along the critical path will delay the reaching to the terminal event by at least same amount. Is if you calculated 12 months is the time required for construction of house, and to get the some bricks or to get the sand from proper supplier, you require suppose 1 month more. then that 1 month is added in that 12 months. Your total house building construction period will become 12 plus 1, 13 months. This is what we are talking, we are thinking. Okay, so that time is required to be added in the critical path timing so that it gives us the proper judgment. So here, four timings are very important: optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely time and expected time is critical path. So these particular new things are there in this particular quarter. Again, there are one more small things are there: lead time and lag time. Okay, so lead time means the time by which preceding event must be completed in order to allow sufficient time for activities that must elapse before the specific part event is reached to the completed. So lead time, suppose one activity should be complete, must be required to complete within 4 days, and if it is completed within 2 days, then 2 days is the lead time. So your next activity may start before 2 days. Is it right? So that is, so one of the activities there which must be required to start after 4 days, but it is started before 2 days. Instead of 4 days, previous activity may be completed in 2 days. So in next 2 days you can start the next activity. So that is called lead time. So your schedule is leading by 2 days, because in 2 days you can complete the 2 days work, and after 4 days, if activity A is just completed as per the schedule, but in actual you have completed A and B 50%. Okay, so what are the 2 days required for that B 50%? That is the leading time, or you are having leading. Similarly, lag time, the earliest time by which succeeded event can follow the specific part event. So suppose lag time means, suppose your 4 days activity is there, it should be completed within 4 days, but instead of completion of 4 days, it is completed in 5 days. Then your next activity is started after 5 days, and it is lagging by 1 day. Why 1 day? Because for previous activity you are given 4 days, and it is accepted that it should be completed within 4 days, but it is not completed in 4 days, it is completed in 5 days. So 1 day more is required for previous activity, and because of that 1 day, next activity is delayed. It is started delay by 1 day. Is it right? So that is called lagging time. If previous activity is completed within 2 days, and if next activity which may start after 4 days, if it is start after 2 days, it is called leading time. And if the previous activity may completed within 5 days instead of 4 days, then next activity is lagging by 1 day. So this particular lag and lead time is one of the important point in this particular PERT terminology, because based on that only you can estimate the time, which activities are leading, which activities are lagging, etc. So similarly in our syllabus is there, always in class we are asking, is it right? So whether this particular subject syllabus is lagging or leading. Suppose in 20 lectures, if I covered 22 lectures syllabus, then I am reading by 2 lectures. If in 20 lectures, if I covered the syllabus of 18 lectures, in 2 lectures I may be lagging. So everywhere that lagging and leading concept is there. And if you want to complete your project within the given schedule, given time, then always leading is helpful, because whatever the uncertain problems may occur in future, we are not in position to predict that problems. Is it right? And because of that, leading time is always better. If lag time is there, you have to work different way. You have to work a little bit more. You have to work a little bit harder, so that you can cope up, make the cope up to schedule. You can match your scheduling point of scheduling activities, scheduling events at that particular time. Otherwise, first activity is lagging. After end of the first activity, 1 hour lagging is there. After end of second activity, 2 days lagging is there. After completion of third activity, 5 days are lagging there. After completion of fourth activity, 6 days are lagging. And at the end of seventh activity, lagging by 8 days. That indicate your project will be completed after 8 days. Instead of that, activity number 1 should be completed within 4 days. It is completed in 2 days. You can start with the next activity, activity number 2. Is it right? So that can be completed within next 4 days. If that for that activity, for two activity, 5 days time is given, then also it may be completed within next I can call it as the before 3 4 days. So that is called leading time. Then slack, already we are knowing this particular slack. We are calculating the slack time in CPM also. The slack of an event is measure of success time and resource available in achieving this event. Positive slack would be indicate ahead of schedule, negative slack would indicate behind of schedule. Zero slack indicate on schedule. You are knowing that slack, that's why leading time, if leading time is there, positive slack may be there. If lag time is there, negative slack is there. And if you are on the schedule, zero slack will be there. That the difference is coming as a zero. Okay. Again, I'm requesting everybody, those who are listening, please write down your roll numbers in chat box. As 10 minutes are remaining to finish this lecture. I just got the message on my screen. So please write down. Those who are not written, please write down the roll numbers in chat box. 56, you have raised hand. Any problem is there? Any doubt is there? Please ask. 56, roll number 56. If any problem is there, please ask. If you are not having any problem, then we can move forward. Okay. This is the terminology of the particular part. Okay. Then these terminologies are also known to you people very well. So early start, ES, maximum EF of all precedence activities. Okay, this is very known to you. ES, the activities that can be start early start. These are having early start. Okay, maximum EF for all precedent activities unless the activity in the question is the first activity when ES is 0. Only for first activity ES is 0. For others we can add it. Early finish EF, ES plus task duration, then LS, let's start, LF minus last duration, let finish, LF, minimum LS of all succeeded activities unless the activity is rest activity. So we are knowing this very well. Activity on RF, AOA, type of per diagram where the activities are written on the arrows. Activity on node, a type of per diagram where the activities are written on the nodes. So these particular things are common to everybody. There is no change in this particular terminology or there's nothing. Already I told you that there is a similarities. Uh, Roll number 62, you have raised a hand. If you are having any problem, please ask. Roll number 62, you have raised a hand. Please ask your problem. 65, also you have raised a hand. Please ask if any problem is there. You are not writing anything in chat box also, but you are raising your hand. If any problem is there, please ask me. Okay, so we'll go to the next step. So this is the particular terminologies are there. So creating PERT diagram. So how to create PERT diagram? So here we are getting three times: optimistic time, pessimistic time, and most likely time. So it is very difficult to create the network diagram because to construct the network diagram, only one activity may be or only one time may be used. Okay, so for that what to do? So here while creating PERT diagram, we have to calculate the expected time first, that is the average time or expected time using this particular formula. What is that formula is there? TE or TA is equal to TO, that is the time of optimistic way or optimistic approach, plus 4 into TM, time of most likely way, plus TP, that is the time of pessimistic way, divided by 6, that bracket divided by 6. So by using this particular formula, you can calculate the average time TA or expected time TE. Average time and expected time both are same. Okay, so these what are the steps included in the PERT diagram? Determine the task that project requires and the order in which they must be completed. So we have to define the task and order of that particular project so that from start to end it can be completed within minimum disturbance or in minimum the point or minimum difficulties. Determine the optimistic, most likely and pessimistic time of each task. So this is given to you most of the time: optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic time of each task. Then by using these three times, you have to calculate the expected time, that is TE or TA, average time, for each and every activity, because for each and every activity that expected time is different, as optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic time is different. Okay, so TE or TA is calculated using this particular formula, that is TO, or it is here shown only O. So you can call it as the TO, that is the optimistic time, plus 4 into TM, what is that TM, that most likely time, and plus TP, that is the pessimistic time. Make the bracket to this all summation divided by 6. Using this formula, you can calculate TE or TO for each activity, and whatever the TE or TO is coming, use that number to draw the network. Okay, use that number to draw the network. So in CPM, directly you are giving the TE or TA, and with the help of that duration only we can drawing the network. Here first we have to calculate TE or TA, and then using that numbers we can draw the same network. Determine whether to use AOA or AON diagram. So activity on arrow or activity on node, that we have to decide. So this is the one of the first example. There are activities A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These many activities are there. For these many activities, procedures are there. So for A and B activity, there is no procedures. For C and D activity, A is the procedure. E activity, F is the, for E activity, B and C is the procedure. For F activity, D is the procedure. And for G activity, E is the procedure. Okay. So this particular is given to us. This particular point is given to us. Then in front of that, optimistic time, that TO of all activities